and welcome to another edition of Kogi in Focus, your weekly review of happenings and developments in and around Kogi, Nigeria's confluent state. I'm Oluwatosin Osuji. In today's edition, good news for electricity consumers in Kogi State as regulators and the state government pledge to give customers a better deal. Governor Bello repeats call for unity among all Progressive Congress members in the state ahead of next year's general elections. Plus, the significance of World United Nations Day is our focus on this week's views from the streets. These and more when we return. Don't go away. Kogi State Governor Bello has told all aspirants who contested the recent primaries of the All Progressives Congress to work together for success of the party in the coming elections. Governor Bello, who made the call in Lokoja at a meeting held with all APC members and aspirants from the 3 senatorial zones, said those who lost out in the primaries will have no cause for regret.
So long as you remain here, you are a winner. Please and please, don't listen to side talk. Don't pay attention to what is trending in the new media or social media, or in any media at all. I want to promise you that I will never disappoint you.
On affirmative action, Governor Bello promised women 35% inclusion in his cabinet if re-elected into office.
I want all the women to take this word very seriously. That when we come back, by the grace of God, in our second term, I am promising women that 35% of those that will serve in my cabinet and in my government will be women. We are facing a serious business.
Governor Bello took on local government administrators whom he accused of lacking in commitment to the party and the people at large. Party members hailed the role played by Governor Bello in ensuring rancor-free primary elections and expressed satisfaction with steps taken to reconcile aggrieved party members.
You've been able to put Kogi together. We go through party registration very successfully. We go through the Congress very successfully. We go through primary election very successfully. And this is your style of leadership. And I want to believe that your dream of giving General Buhari the much needed vote from the central and from the state indeed will be a pass mark at the end of the day.
We are a gala people, and we are people who appreciate good deeds. Our people say you don't pay good with evil. And I know that my people, the gala people, will not pay good with evil. Because that's who we are. We may have some vestiges of wicked people. The coming of His Excellency has clearly led us to take them off the saddle of leadership. And we have a new emerging leadership in Kogi East. And I think royalty and the traditional institutions are with us on this journey. And our people are with us.
The APC's Kogi West Senatorial Election Standard Bearer, Smart Adeyemi, also expressed satisfaction with the party's march towards general elections.
To me, Your Excellency, I thank you because you are building a great future for our state. And in doing so, you do it with all sincerity of your hearts and commitments. You will not fail, Your Excellency, because of your sincerity of purpose. And I'm sure at the end of your 8 years in office, you will have succeeded in building an army that will continue your political dynasty for decades to come. On behalf of my colleagues, we want to thank you for making us to be part of this new dispensation that is emerging in our state.
The state's party chairman, Abdullahi Bello, told members that victory for the APC is assured as long as party unity remains their watchword. The Kogi State government has received 4.19 billion naira as its allocation for September from the Federation Accounts Allocation Committee. The local government in the state received over 3.41 billion naira. The figures were made public in the statement made available to newsmen on Friday and is in line with the transparency policy of the new Direction Administration of Governor Yahaya Bello. According to the State Commissioner of Finance and Economic Development, Asiwaju Idris Ashiru, who briefed journalists shortly after the September allocation meeting held on Friday, said the state government will continue to exhibit probity and transparency in handling the finances of the state. Ashiru assured civil servants and pensioners in the state that their salaries and pensions will be paid this week. He thanked the civil servants and pensioners for their patience and understanding, saying the state government will also continue to fund projects that have direct bearing on the citizens of the state. Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello has promised to support the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission's efforts to succeed following the selection and commissioning of an office in the state to handle customers' complaints. The governor made the pledge in Lokoja when he received a visiting team of Nigeria's Electricity Regulatory led by its chairman, Professor James Momo.
Governor Bello said the complaints office in Kogi State will restore confidence among the people of government's willingness to supply power efficiently.
Kogi citizens will have at their office to visit at any point in time there's any form of complaint. We discussed about how we can partner together to ensure that a lot of our villages and towns that are not littered and are not powered with power.
The governor also disclosed plans to work with some foreign companies to build dams that will further improve electricity supply in the state.
When there's power in the communities and in the villages, the young ones, teeming population, you don't need to give them anything again. They will be able to make use of that power to generate their means of livelihood. Yes. And that is what government is all about. Yes. And when everywhere is littered up, the rate of crime will equally reduce. Yeah. Kogi State and an investor called Power China and Niger State, we are into an agreement and understanding that we're going to construct a power dam across River Niger in order that we generate enough electricity and power for Kogi State and then evacuate the rest to the national grid. That one is ongoing right now.
The chairman of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission pledged to work with the state to ease access to efficient power supply.
Each discourse would like to be championing the fact that they are doing well when the complaints are reduced. When the complaints are not many and they are not, and they keep on increasing, that means that discourse is not doing very well. So our aim is to also lend hands to the discourse in terms of state-of-the-art technologies that will be useful for them to reduce some of the causes of problems with the network. Like I said, it could be simple things like not cutting trees. It could be simple things not maintaining the transformers. It could be even the misuse of the equipment by the customer themselves. Technology, consumer education, enforcement of the rules, these are the things we are going to be also using this forum for.
At the commissioning of the office, Chief Executive Officer of the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company, Ns Muwaya, urged customers to use electricity responsibly and avoid acts of sabotage.
Complaints, you can broadly categorize them in 3 levels. There are complaints to do with hours of supply, and complaints on metering, which are related to estimated billing. And also there are complaints in terms of faults. If there are faults on the network and there's no supply, then customers complain. In terms of wires, we're investing in the network to install more transformers, reconfigure lines, so that at the end of the day, we can maximize the hours of supply. On metering side, which is related to resolving billing complaints and estimated billing, you are aware that currently we are installing 220,000 to add to already installed 160,000. This project is costing us 10 billion naira, and we are going to complement it with a MAP program which starts on 1st January.
The Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission says the new office will be open to receive complaints from customers round the clock.
The chairman of the Kogi State Youth Association, Sanusi Abdul, says a lot of the criticisms on the Buhari administration is unfair. At a press briefing in Lokoja, Abdul said most of the challenges the country is facing are fallout of the damage done by previous administrations.
Change we are today is a good change. We don't need another change. I will advise everyone in this country, including Kogi State, comes together and vote President Buhari comes 2019. Because 4 years is not enough for him. We should be able to give him his 8 years so that he can deliver the job he started, so I can continue the job, he can finish the job he started. In the following sector: education, security, economy, anti-corruption, good governance, transparency, employment, youth empowerment, people's welfare.
Abdul said the youth in Kogi State will continue to support President Buhari's efforts to fix Nigeria. He also said the youth want Governor Bello re-elected in 2019, saying he has what it takes to make Kogi State a reference point for socio-economic development.
And I also advise everybody in Kogi State, 4 years is not enough for Bello. Any governor that done 4 years will not complete his mission. I advise every Kogite, from Ibira, Igala, Basange and the rest, let us bring our hands together and vote Governor Bello back.
Youths from Kogi State's different ethnic groups were also present at the briefing. The Kogi State Resident Electoral Commissioner, James Apam, wants collaboration between INEC and the state government in creating awareness on how to go about next year's general elections. Apam, who made the call when he led a visiting INEC team to the State Ministry of Information, said the people deserve to know the rules and regulations guiding elections to avoid being a victim, adding that ignorance is no excuse before the law. The State Director General on Information and Grassroots Sensitization to the Governor, Abdul Karim Abdul Malik, assured visitors of the state government's support and in collaboration in sensitizing the public on the electoral do's and don'ts. If you are just joining us, this is Kogi in Focus, a weekly review program that beams the searchlight on happenings in and around Kogi State. For your information, contributions, comments, and advert placements, please reach us via phone numbers and social media handles displayed on your screen. Kogi State Governor Bello has officially presented the staff of office to the newly appointed OBARO of KABBA, His Royal Majesty Oba Solomon Dele Owoniyi, at KABBA Township Stadium, Kogi West. At the installation ceremony at the KABBA Township Stadium, Governor Bello called on all KABBA indigents to rally around him to enable him succeed on the throne.
A mammoth crowd converged on the KABBA Township Stadium to witness the presentation of staff of office to the 44th OBARO of KABBA, Oba Solomon Dele Owoniyi. The Special Advisor on Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Abubakar Ohere, said all necessary procedures were undertaken before Oba Owoniyi was appointed OBARO.
The stool has played pivotal roles toward the maintenance of the rich culture of the Okun people and a bastion of peace and security within the domain. These and many more reasons have reinforced the continued respect and honor accorded this true by the present administration.
Governor Bello called on all indigenes of Oweland and Okun people in general to support the new OBARO of KABBA.
His Royal Majesty to resist every temptation to politicize his exalted office or to use the ancestral stool of his fathers as a tool for oppression. I trust our Father will reign in the fear of God Almighty and love for mankind.
Governor Bello promised to ensure the timely completion of road and other infrastructure projects in their area.
As funds will permit, we will continue to execute projects designed to improve the lives and welfare of our people in Okuland and other parts of our great state.
Various cultural groups added colors and excitement to the ceremony as the certificate of oath and staff of office were presented to the new OBARO.
Owoniyi, OBARO of KABBA, do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and truly serve the government of Kogi State of Nigeria, that I will cherish in my heart no treachery or disloyalty, that I will rule my people with justice and impartiality, and that I will do my duty without fear of it. Affection of evil, so help me God.
As he took the oath of office, Oba Owoniyi promised to support the KABBA kingdom and his people to succeed. He reminded them of the need for unity among the people. He ensures progress.
I solemnly promise to justify the confidence reposed in me and to most assiduously work for the peace and progress of Okuland in general and KABBA in particular. To this end, and to forestall any further deliberate falsification of the sacred and authentic history of Okuland, we shall soon establish a bureau of KABBA history. To smoothen our relation with our other Oku neighbors, we also hope to set up a true commission that will address frontally all areas of disagreements in Okuland.
The Okun Development Association, Yeye Oge of Okuland, and Okun Youth Association presented award of good governance to the governor. Dignitaries and top government officials from Okuland were present. The new OBARO was born in 1957 to the family of Timothy and Aina Abigail Owoniyi and is a retired deputy controller of customs. He has held other traditional titles and occupied key positions before his coronation. Some of the traditional rulers that attended the coronation include the Ohimege Igu of Kotonkarufi, His Royal Majesty Abdulrazak Isa Koto, who represented the Ata of Igalaland, His Royal Majesty Michael Idako Ame. The OBARO stool became vacant after the death of former OBARO Michael Olobayo in September 2016.
The Kogi State government says it will continue to handle matters affecting traditional rulers with all sense of seriousness and impartiality. Special advisor to the state governor on local government and chieftaincy affairs, Abubakar Ohiere, made the promise during a visit from groups from the central and west senatorial districts of the state in recognition of the state government's recent upgrading, restoration and installation of some chiefs to first and second class stools.
These are the manifestation of the product of new direction. So I think they are happy. And I am thanking God that God is using His Excellency to do this to the good people of Kogi State.
The affected traditional stools are as listed. On the heels of the coronation of new OBARO of KABBA and other developments, the people from Kogi West and Central say they are happy.
We want you to convey to His Excellency our gratitude for the honor he has bestowed on us. We know that by the grace of God, God will keep him in good health. God will give him the power, the wherewithal, and all that is required in order to lead Kogi further, not just now, but in our future endeavors. Please tell him of our unalloyed support, and that the loyal people of Ugorimagongo came to say thank you, and that when we say thank you, we are saying it from the bottom of our hearts.
And we assure you of our unflinching loyalty and support to the success of the administration, as well as that of the new direction of the government.
Ohiare said the process of upgrading traditional rulers and stools is ongoing, adding that all deserving royal fathers will benefit from the exercise. The Kogi State Commissioner for Women Affairs, Bolanle Amputon, has put smiles on 300 women in Mopa Muro Community through her CARES Foundation Empowerment Program. Some physically challenged and other less privileged children also benefited from the Commissioner's benevolence, as they were given books, bags and school sandals, while others had their school fees paid.
CARES Foundation will surely extend to other communities in need of assistance as time goes on and as God permits. Together, let us provide a practical answer to the urgent question. Let's do more for our people. Let's close that if deficit and make our community a better place.
The beneficiaries and other community members expressed gratitude for the Commissioner's gesture.
I must say we have not experienced this. That is why I am very, very overwhelmed by your school of thought. Make sure that you give back to the community as it is given to you. She is doing it to better the lot of the masses. If you restrict it to yourself alone, that means you have not done anything to show what she has done for you. So we must see that reproduction in you by giving it out to the general community.
The state governor's wife, Rashida Bello, who was present at the presentation, joined the pupils in schools and distributed their school bags for them. She also commissioned 2 boreholes constructed within the community. Since 2016, CARE Foundation has been engaged in empowering the less privileged through donations and the provisions of skill acquisitions and vocational trainings. Parents, guardians and the government have been told to encourage artists to showcase their God-given talents. Pastor Ovio Korodudu, who made the call during the launch of the album MOJUBA by Deaconess Lola Gbogbo in Lokoja, said music is inspirational and also spiritually designed.
Music is a doorway into a man's spirit, because music has a way of appealing to the mind and opening you up to receive from God. Hence, Christian music is something that we do not joke with. In our day today, music is being downplayed on, because what you hear now most times is junk. And I am in full support of this, because I know where it will take people to. In this music, one of the things that you would know is it's a song of hope.
Many present at the album launch said young men and women should stop complaining at what government can do for them and instead strive to do something positive for themselves and the nation.
All we are today is as a result of God in our life. So I pray she will continue to encourage the young ones to go into ministration for the Lord.
The music industry can be promoted more if Nigerians come to programs like this and they encourage people like this who are upcoming, and they can give them backup, not only celebrating the known artists.
Talk about the government like, oh, government is not doing that. For God's sake, I mean, it's been 30 years now in Nigeria. We've been talking about how the economy is bad and nothing is happening. But if we can take a stand, take this example from Mommy, even at this age, releasing an album, everybody looking out for that entrepreneurship, endeavor to undertake. I believe that Nigeria will be really the Nigeria of our dreams.
The artist, who is also a lecturer at the Polytechnic Lokoja and a church coordinator, revealed her success story and the inspiration behind her music.
The thing for me to hear from God and now say that I'll not do anything. So I decided to do something so that people can be happy, because our life is to give other lives meaning. Well, I want to advise our youths, they are music lovers, whatever God has put inside of you to do, please do it. Don't wait. Don't give any excuse. You know the meaning of excuse. Every explanation costing you your seniority. So when you give excuse, you are costing yourself your seniority. And I'm here today, and I know that my music will go places. This is just the beginning.
Well-wishers showered encomiums and expressed optimism for the success of the album. How many of us know that 24th of October was United Nations Day? On this week's Views from the Street, we attempted to find this out and other things related to the day.
Under United Nations, we have what we call IMF, International Monetary Fund. What they do is that if a country is going through a kind of turmoil that Nigeria is presently facing, you know, we have this Boko Haram. We are presently fighting Boko Haram in the far north now. What they do is that they assist you with funds. At times, they even come up with military assistance. If we are unable to tackle these particular insurgents that we are fighting, they can even send their armies to Nigeria to come and, you know, quench the crisis. They give you psychological assistance, whatever assistance that you need, they are ready to give it to you, provided you are a member of the United Nations.
In terms of health, they provide experts, medical experts, to train our own, so that we, you know, to train our own experts here. So, and again, they come to the aid of people.
I plead with Muhammadu Buhari to also make a kind of ask for assistance. I ask with them because as I speak to you now, issue of scaling is still going on. Issue of Boko Haram is still there. So I plead with them to play more important role in terms of security. Let them assist us with latest equipment.
This is where we wrap it up on this week's edition. Join us same time next week for a fresh 7-day review. Until then, I remain yours truly, Oluwatosin Osiji, again asking you to do to others what you want them to do to you. Bye for now.